Madam Secretary, first, before I do anything, I want to express my appreciation and gratitude for coming out to Colorado during your confirmation. If you remember, we encouraged and made that offer and encouraged your early visit to Colorado, and the entire state, I think, appreciates it. We talked about public lands, the CORE Act, wildfires, and I thought again and again we saw genuine bipartisanship, and I know a lot of people in Colorado were impressed that we had Republicans and Democrats and independents and everyone at those meetings, all working for that sense of clean air, clean water, and public lands. I also got the sense that you saw and heard clearly the long-term value that having a Western presence holds for the BLM by making sure that the employees are close to the land they manage. And I think you heard clearly the meaning that has, the importance of that to the local community. So I think, obviously, that presence is a shared value and is of real importance. I wanted to ask you some of your takeaways from that trip, particularly from our time and conversations in Grand Junction.
Thank you so much, Senator, and I appreciate your hospitality while we were in Colorado. It was a really wonderful time. And of course, I was thrilled to have opportunities to have those meetings. We met with the staff, both in person and through and remotely at the BLM headquarters. We were happy to be with you during the public meeting as well. I think my takeaways are that we need to come to a decision fairly soon. It's important for folks to be able to know and understand what their task at hand is, and the way we do that is just to make sure that folks are, can hunker down and know what they're doing. So we're taking all those. I got more comments by staff through email by the time I got home. And so we're looking at all of those and sort of assessing all of the comments that we heard, and just appreciate that opportunity.
I heard repeatedly your willingness to listen. I suspect you probably got more comments than you knew what to do with. I would be remiss if I didn't put in that additional plug that when that transfer of the BLM headquarters took place to Colorado, has been a lot of discussion about how poorly it was done, and in many ways, certain of the processes which were enacted seemed to actually create unhappiness and were designed to get people to leave the BLM and to make it less functional. And I think that I want to make sure that I re-emphasize that has nothing to do with Grand Junction and the appreciation of that community and the relationship that community has developed with the BLM over this past year, and what a great sign that is for the relationship of the West with the BLM, where most of the land is. Let me switch to, anyway, I don't want to belabor that point. I know we pretty much everywhere we went in Colorado, we talked about the BLM, I think. Anyway, as we discussed also, too many underprivileged communities grow up without any access to outdoor spaces. And your support for the Outdoor Recreation Legacy Partnership Program from your days in the House, and more recently as Secretary, has really helped us imagine how to close that nature gap. But obviously we still have work ahead of us. Senator Padilla and I have championed a one-time investment of $500 million in local parks and open space as part of the Parks, Jobs, and Equity Act. And do you see this funding for local parks and connections into disadvantaged communities as a worthwhile infrastructure priority?
I absolutely believe that every American deserves to be in open space and it not be a chore to get there. Yes.
Great. Well, we share that, and I think that this is a great opportunity to do that. I'm pretty much out of time. I do want to say that I heard at least 4 or 5 times, and I think I would have heard it 100 times if I could have had more ears. The people said they would remember the Secretary of the Interior coming to some of these small towns, Palisade, Colorado, and Ridgeway, where people said they would remember this moment for the rest of their lives, and it really does reflect very well on you and the Department of the Interior.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.